Let's talk about some ways that we might want to analyze images. So what kinds of questions do we usually ask about images in STEM work? Here are some of the common questions, all phrased about eagles, but you can substitute anything reasonable from your STEM field. So detecting cracks in concrete or steel, looking at microscope images, telescope images. So the simplest question is kind of, does this image contain an eagle? Yes or no? Or is this an image of an eagle or a hawk or a falcon or a crow, etc.? Kind of like what we just talked about with multiple output classes. We could say, please put a bounding box around the eagle in this image, if any. Please put a bounding box around every bird in this image and say which kind each one is. Getting more detailed, we could say for each pixel in this image, report whether it's part of an eagle or a hawk or whatever. That's called semantic segmentation. Or we could say for each pixel in this image, report not only eagle or hawk, but is this part of eagle number one? Is this part of eagle number two, etc.? And that's called instance segmentation. Items one and two here are called classification for an image. Semantic segmentation is useful for questions about how much, like how much of the area of this microscope picture is taken up by bacteria in general. Instance segmentation is more for how many questions, like how many bacteria or eagles or whatever are there in this image. In this module, we aren't going to talk about generating images or video with AI. Maybe we'll get to that in a later module. Let's look at an example image that a scientist might want to analyze. If we asked for bounding boxes, we would ideally get something like this, where this box contains this item and this other box contains this other item, and they can overlap kind of. Usually the AI doesn't output a new image with boxes on it. It outputs the XY location of this corner and the XY location of this other corner. And then it's up to us to use that info to draw the box if we want to go check it. So that's bounding boxes. If we wanted semantic segmentation, we would run some code that gives us what's called a mask, which is an image with the same number of pixels as the original. And each pixel is marked either 0 or 1. 0, like this is not an eagle. 1 is, yes, it is. I know I have this image smaller than that one, but that's just to save space visually here. So would you say that the AI did a good job here marking the pixels that are eagles? Yeah, I think so. Or if we wanted instance segmentation, it might give us two masks, one for this item and one for this other item. By the way, I got these segmentations from an AI model made by Facebook or Meta called the Segment Anything model, or SAM. I had to fiddle with it a little bit to get those. Without fiddling, here's what it originally gave me. So it highlighted one eagle and kind of the other one, but with some leftover from the first one, and then more of an semantic segmentation rather than an instance segmentation. So if you're curious, email me and we can talk about how we got it to do the right thing there. And there's a link to it.